Yo, Counterattack podcast with myself, Daps. No, I'm joking. So keep liking, subscribing, sharing. I've recorded so many lately. I don't know what the last one that you guys would have seen was. It might have been Frank Noble, Nuble, Niz. Yeah, it might have been him, and that was a good one. Views on YouTube, yeah, is what it is. But yeah, keep liking, subscribing, sharing. I'm back. I don't actually know how to pronounce his the person I've got on today. I don't know how to pronounce his team, so I'll just ask him to do it. Is it Adana Demaspor or something like that? But I've got Mustapha Carayol, guy from South London. Started off now, he's played for Torquay, Bristol, Middlesbrough, Leeds. So, now he's abroad, seeing how things are going. So we're just going to have a quick chat with him, how it goes, see how life is for him, chat about football and his journey and just whatever. But keep liking, subscribing, sharing, keep putting it onto people, like sharing it with people, keep commenting, keep tweeting and all of that stuff. And yeah, all that crap stuff that I have to say. So yeah, I'm just going to get him in here now and then we're going to go. Yes.
Yo.
Your side. Yeah, just there. And then, yes, love that. But yeah, Muz, what's going on?
Yo. No, man, I'm just here, man. Just grinding. Grinding away the years.
Better connection this time.
Oh, yeah, bro. Mad.
Bro,
I told you, I'm in the middle of the mountains, bro. I've been there for 3 weeks now. I'm starting to lose my mind.
Are you still there?
Still there.
Oh, so how come the connection's better today?
Because I told them, because they, some of the coaches went back to Adana, so I got them to go to my house and get my internet box.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because in Turkey, you got these internet boxes that you can take everywhere with you. So when we go like away games and that, you can just take your own internet.
Okay, I was wondering why. When you said you've got your personal internet with you, I was thinking, I don't know what this means. Let me just say, yeah. All right, then, cool.
No, you need that air, bro. There's literally no signal air, bro. It's madness.
Oh, so they don't do that in your house like normal, like over here? It's all boxes?
No, everyone just has boxes, yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Everyone has internet boxes.
So the one you were using the other day, was that someone else's box?
No, yeah, that was my boy's box, but because it's in his room, the internet's a myth. But obviously, I just plugged it here.
Yeah,
so it's nice and close, isn't it?
Oh, cool! I love that, man. I love that.
We'll
we were just saying. Oh yeah, number one. How do I pronounce your team? Is it Adana Demaspor?
Demispor. Yeah, Adana Demispor.
Okay, cool. I was just saying that before you go to pronounce it. But yeah, you play for Adana Demaspor in Turkey. We're going to get into all of that. But before we do, we were just having a chat, and I thought it was quite funny how I asked you about if you remember most of your matches, and you were like, "No." Yeah. Yeah.
Vaguely. If you said something, then I'd be like, yeah, I remember that, but vaguely. Only certain games, obviously.
Do you remember your debuts for most of your clubs?
I think so.
Do you reckon you could go through? I'm looking at the clubs you've been at now, yeah. Do you reckon you could go through your clubs in order from start to finish?
And debuts?
No, not debut, but like the order you were there.
Yeah, I think so.
Go on.
Do I count youth team?
Nah.
No? Just professional. MK Dons?
Yeah.
Went on loan to Crawley.
Yeah.
Went on loan to Kettering.
There was one before that, after Crawley.
No, there was nothing after Crawley. Torquay.
Yes.
Torquay, yeah. Torquay, Kettering.
Yeah.
Then went back to Torquay. Then moved to Lincoln, Bristol Rovers, Middlesbrough. Then went on loan to Brighton, Huddersfield, Leeds. Then signed permanent at Nottingham Forest.
Yeah.
And then Ipswich.
Yeah.
And then Limassol at the Demispo.
Well done. You know what? I was looking at you because I haven't actually. Well, I have looked at the clubs you've been at, but you've been at some big clubs. You've been at some big clubs with a big fan base. What would you say the biggest one you've been at? Because obviously I'm looking at Leeds.
Yeah.
Then you've got Nottingham Forest. What would you say has been the biggest one for you in regards to like the size of the club?
Size of the club. I don't know. Leeds. I was there.
Leeds are alone, isn't it?
And obviously, it's a big club. But like, I was just coming back from my knee injury as well, so it was kind of like I kind of had no real emotion attached to it. You get what I'm saying? I was kind of worrying about myself really. Oh, can I get through 60 minutes? Can I get through 70 minutes? You know what I mean? So if you're talking like club stature and whatever, like Middlesbrough probably.
Middlesbrough. Yeah. Middlesbrough, didn't you?
Yeah, I loved it. Until I did my knee, I loved it.
Yeah. You we're gonna get onto your knee right after that. I was talking to Josh McEachran.
Yeah, I was with Josh. Yeah.
Yeah, I had him on my pod, and he spoke good things about you, man.
Bro, baller.
Proper baller.
He's different, bro. I'm telling you, he's absolutely different. The things he sees, yeah. I'm telling you, I used to play games with him sometimes, yeah. And you know when someone has the ball and you're asking for the ball and you scream,
yeah.
I'm like, Josh, what are you doing? And then he just slips someone through, brother, and they're one-on-one with the goalkeeper. He's a madness. He's a madness.
And I love hearing things like that because people might watch football and see someone like Josh McEachran and they might think, not even just Josh, but people in general, when you watch them, you don't really appreciate what they're doing on the pitch until you listen to someone that plays with them on that pitch.
I feel like 90% of players don't get appreciated until you've played with them, because fans see the game totally different to how we see it, and they've got to accept that. Like when they comment on things, like footballers must look at their comments and go, "You just don't have a clue, bro." Like they see it so different. It is so easy to sit in the stands and go, "Oh yeah, he should have passed the ball there," or "Why didn't he just run there?" Like, bro, we're humans, bro. We've only got two eyes. You can only see what you can see. And like a lot of fans, I always see it like they're always influenced by the media.
Oh, 100%.
You know what I mean? The media says, he kind of thingies around. And all of a sudden they've noticed it. Yeah. Like, bro, you've been watching me for 30 games. You've never noticed it because the media say it now.
I always say that.
You know what I mean?
That's why I'm very big on like having the right pundits and things like that, because a lot
100%.
of the time I can't listen to some of these pundits talk, and even though some of them were footballers and very good footballers, whatever they say or whatever gets seen on Twitter and these news publications, that's gospel.
100%.
Yeah, that's gospel. And like
you're seen with a nice car and a chain, and all of a sudden they have to bring it onto how you play on a football pitch.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But let's just be true. Let's just say it how it is. They see black boys as a certain way.
Yeah,
that's just it.
But you as a player, because we've just gone totally off, and I love this. Like you as a player, when you see how you're described, or when you've had managers past or present dealing with you, do you know that part of how you're dealt with is literally because you're a black?
100%. Every black player knows that. Like we might act like sometimes. A lot of the time we just play the game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because if we say something, we've got a bad attitude. Then you just the normal stuff. He's lazy. He's really quick. He's a beast. Like, bro, like most of us are more technically better than a lot of the white boys. Let's be real. But they'll never talk about our technical ability.
Yeah, it's always about your physical attributes.
You know what I'm saying?
Pace, power.
But technically, we're better than a lot of them.
Yeah.
But then it's just obviously they just have this way of just describing us, isn't it?
Yeah, and this is the thing that is because you obviously have a platform, to actually use your platform to be like, oh, hang on, that ain't the case. This is actually the case, and I'm much more than just my pace and my physical attributes. Like, but do you find that you have to kind of just bring it down and not say as much?
It's not worth it, because you're just going to get into a madness and then you get fined. So it's pointless. Them things are pointless. Because half of the time you're talking about somebody that's never ever played football before.
Yeah.
So, like, unless you played football, yeah, you have an opinion, but chances are you're not right. Because you've never lived it.
Yeah.
You've never been on a football pitch and had 40,000, 50,000 people call you a cunt. So you've never lived it. So you can't comment. That's like me saying to you how to write up something in an office. Or I don't know. Like, I would just be honest and just say I don't know.
Yeah.
But every football fan you hear them speak and you think they've won the Champions League before.
Innit? Most opinions.
It's mad.
Most opinions.
Oh, like when I see last time, I remember we were speaking about Pogba. See the Pogba one, yeah? You'd think he's my brother. The way that I want to war people over that, yeah?
Yeah.
I'm like, you just don't get it. But then they'll use the excuse of, oh, yeah, so why don't he play with that form that he plays with France? Bro, have you seen the players, the caliber of players he's used to playing with? But it's like he's a midfield player. He's a central midfield player. He can't win the game on his own. No centre midfield player has ever won anything on their own.
Yeah.
You need everyone around you to win.
But this is what I'm saying, like, and down to things like Maguire recently. Do you know what I mean? Like, Maguire gets a...
Can you imagine if that was Pogba, Sterling, or one of them?
Do you know what I mean? And he gets a whole interview. He gets a whole interview trying to, restore his image and everything. And all the publications written about him are, he's a victim of this and he's a model professional. But then, like, and this is something he's been found guilty of, And I'm not here to crucify him even more, innit? I'm just here to...
No, not at all. Not at all.
The facts are, he's been found guilty of something, and the reporting has been he's the victim. Whereas, you get the Pogbas, you get the Sterlings, and whichever other players, and they're not even guilty of any crimes. They're not even accused of any crimes. But what they get written about them is negative. It's negative all the time.
But more gets said about Pogba's haircuts and who Sterling's buying a house for. Like, bro, like for the Maguire thing, what I read, I was like, bro, it's not that deep. Because one, you can't trust the police abroad. Because they've probably seen it and thought, oh, a Man United player. Let's try and... Because there's no one... I don't think you'll find a footballer that's going to go on holiday and just start trouble with somebody.
Yeah.
Like, they've clearly started trouble with him. So, for me, it's just like, not that deep. But then, you see the way they've just tried to water it down the whole time.
Exactly.
But the thing is, though, you just got to accept that we're treated different. Like, you have to accept that. Anyone that doesn't like agree with that, then bro, you're ignorant.
For you, yeah, does that take away from... You obviously enjoy playing football. But does it take away from the enjoyment of football, knowing that, you know what, I've also just got to come and do this job. I'm gonna be treated, somehow and whatever. Like, so even down to the fact that, I don't know for you personally, but I would take an educated guess that this is the fact that, you probably haven't played... Well, you played high, you played championship and that, but in regards to, where you could have pushed onto, that there was a ceiling because of, maybe that you're black or whatever. Whereas other players who do less than you, who aren't as good as you, will get those opportunities, because a lot of the time you hear that it's about if your face fits rather than your ability.
Yeah. I wouldn't really say that, to be honest, Like, because like I said on the podcast before, like when I did my knee, I had obviously the whole saga with Middlesbrough. They were trying to make me sign a deal, and like I knew I was going to the Prem. I was playing that well. Like, so many clubs were contacting obviously the club, and I knew I was going. So I believe in one of those that, like, yeah, sometimes your face might not fit, but if you're if you're that good, then you're gonna play, you know.
Do you feel like you have to do, not you, but in general, that it's still, you know, you always have to work twice as hard. Do you feel like that as well?
Oh, 100%.
You do.
100%. Because you're looked at totally different, so you have to. Like, sometimes you might want to say something to the coach, but you got to think, oh, they're gonna think I've got a bad attitude here. Well, really, you should be able to just speak your mind, like,
mate.
You know what I mean? But then this is what I'm saying. I'd say something, they'd say I've got an attitude, but then the white boy says something, he's passionate.
Yeah.
It's seen totally different.
And
I mean,
people are going to listen to it and think, they might think that, oh, white boy, black boy, you know, we're talking and dividing, and it's not even that. Like,
it's not that, because no joke, if you sat with a dressing room, a lot of the stuff I'm saying they'd agree with.
Of course.
I've got zero, like, there's no agenda or whatever. I just say it as what I've seen throughout my career. I've never been racially abused, never. But in terms of how you're treated and I wouldn't say too much the opportunities, but like, I don't know, it's just funny, like, because sometimes you just know. You just know that they feel you differently.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You just know, like, your gut feeling never lets you down, and then in the end, they kind of just always show themselves.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And it's a funny time right now, because obviously everything happened with the whole Black Lives Matter movement and whatnot, and then all the stories were coming out about how people are treated or whatnot, like. And one thing that I did like about you in that time was that you used your platform correctly, in mind, and it opened up, you know, debates and conversations to be had with people. Even me and you had conversations.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Yeah, even me and you had conversations, and I'm totally here for that. But with your platform, how important was it for you to? I'm not saying you're going to go there and become Farrakhan to the timeline, because but how important was it for you to use your platform in some capacity? And did you think that at any point that your football or your relationships in football might suffer as a result?
I didn't care, to be honest.
Excellent response.
I'll be real. Like, I got to the point where I didn't care. Like, I got to the point, where I was seeing certain people not acknowledging it. I'm telling you, like, old managers, everyone. I just unfollowed all of them. All of them. And one of them that I unfollowed, I felt like he was funny about black boys the whole time anyway. I'll be real.
You know why I laugh, because these are real feelings, and these are...
No. This one especially, I was real passionate about. I was real passionate about, because he always treated me. It was a weird one, because we had such a love-hate relationship.
Yeah.
But then, like, it was just weird. Like, I just didn't understand him. Because, like, I'd play really well, but he wouldn't show me the love that I deserved when I played really well.
What would he show?
You know what I mean? And it was, yeah.
Okay.
And I was just like, well, no, it was just weird. So I seen him and I observed him for a little while, and I said, no, you gotta go. You gotta go.
Yeah, because it's so.
I weren't taking nothing. Like, certain people were saying stuff on Twitter. I'm talking black boys as well.
Yeah, no, I don't.
Like, certain players that I played with and that, I stuck it all over them on Twitter.
There was one. Who was it? I saw you talking to someone. Well, not even talking.
Like Curtis Woodhouse.
Yeah.
Absolute sideman.
I didn't like that. At all. Not.
And I seen him and Leon Knight, and then Leon Knight's on there agreeing with him. I played with Leon, and I'm saying Leon Knight, and he's talking about, and it comes from how you were brought up in your house, and I'm like, what type of? I don't even want to say a madness.
Yeah.
I was screwing.
I didn't.
That's why I'm following everything.
I didn't see what.
Because I don't need them type of. I don't need that type of stuff on my timeline. Yeah. And I don't even use Twitter. I don't even use Twitter.
Trust me, I know this. So I don't know what Leo said, but what Curtis said, I didn't like it, man. I didn't like it.
No, but do you know why he was doing it though? Did you see the comments and like the people that were commenting were just like white football fans just agreeing with him, and I'm like, bro, like surely when you're commenting, when you release a statement and you see the people that are agreeing with you, surely you think to yourself, bro, that's not right.
I felt it was very
like your kids are mixed race. Your kids are mixed race. They're never going to get treated the same. So it don't matter what you say on Twitter or whatever, bro. I just didn't get his vibe, so I stuck it over him. I messaged him and everything.
Yeah, no. Do you know what it
Private
is?
Message.
It was just very
and he's wanting. He was like to me, why don't you message me on the timeline just so he can be messaging, talking his rubbish, and having these silly football fans agreeing with him and all that.
Yeah,
I'm just like, bro, you're a clown.
I think for me, it was like you said, when you look at the comments, you see the people commenting. It's very counterproductive if everyone's fighting for something and someone else moves in a totally different direction. Do you get what I'm saying? And there's a time and a place for it. Do you get? And if you don't agree with it, fair enough.
Don't say nothing.
Yeah,
if you've got nothing nice to say, don't say nothing. And that's exactly what I said to him. Bro, if you got nothing nice, but you know he's that Twitter thing because he done that and he rolled up at somebody's address, so he thinks he's the big guy on Twitter, innit? So that's why I just messaged him. Yeah, he done something one time I remember, and he like drove to somebody's address or something like that. That was like sticking it on him on Twitter. So like he's wanting to obviously go into one on the timeline. I say, bro, we're in the DM, bro. Let's talk. Which is the
I
mean, because you box and all of that, bro, that don't mean anything.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, but I just found that very, I love the way you stuck to your point. I love the way, like, you have to stand for something. And when it's something serious like that, it's not a football debate that we're having. This is like real life. And it really means something to people. And it's something that cuts deep. So if you're going to use it to troll and make a mockery and the very people that we're trying to talk to and educate are the same people who are now agree with you and blah, 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 then it's kind of just like, what's the point? Like, why do it?
Yeah.
But it is what it is.
Just for likes and all that, bro. And that's all he does on Twitter. Clown, bro. I just told him, you're a clown. Absolute clown, bro.
Yeah. No, that's... I didn't like that from him anyway. But yeah, I'm sure people can hear you speaking and tell that, yes, you're playing in Turkey, but you're very much a Londoner.
Yeah.
You're very much a Londoner. Like, so how did you go from South London to the heights of professional football? Like, how did you even get there? Like, you didn't just magically appear. Like, someone has to put you somewhere in South London. And also, why do you feel like South London is such a hotspot for talent?
We're the ballers, isn't it? We're built different, bro.
All the bad boys,
built different.
All the bad boys know how to play football.
Well, that's what we got. That's why.
Yeah.
What else we got? It's either that or the road.
I don't know. How hard is it for you to stay away from the road?
Tough. Tough, because that's like, we didn't see it as the road, innit? That's just our boys. This is where we chill. We play pound up, go to chicken and chip shop, play football together, and that's just it. But then obviously that can lead into some silly stuff. But it's just how we're built, innit? Like, I remember when I was young, I was at 14 and I went Charlton, and I was gonna sign there, and the guy that took me there pulled me and he was like, Muzz, I want you to talk different. I was like, what? Bro, no word of a lie. No word of a lie. My mum's my witness, yeah? And I was like, what? And he was like, yeah, the way you talk is like too slang. I was like, bro, this is how I talk. How do you want me to talk? And my mum, and he spoke to my mum, but my mum, that was the last day I ever went Charlton.
That's it. Straight
away.
Straight.
So there's no way.
How could they? And this is what I'm saying. Like, And I've had this conversation as well with other people that yes, South London is a hot, and what I find is that a lot of people are now flocking to their ends to get these players, but they're not trying to understand these players.
No.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like they're literally just seen as objects and
well, obviously that's what football is, though, isn't it?
Yeah, I know.
It's just use you until you're not. They feel like you're not good enough, then you're done, isn't it? But it's just part of the business, isn't it?
And it's just so crazy how like if more and more people, like coaches and everything, would actually try to understand some of these players and try to bed them in properly, you would see you'd get the best out of these players. But I feel like a lot of coaches, they ain't got the time for that.
I think at first you've got to understand the culture, though. You can't just try and say, I like this player, so I'm going to understand him. It's never going to work. Like, we're way too different. Yeah. And they've got to accept that we're just different and just take us as how we are. Like, don't get me wrong, there's certain things that they're going to have to, life skills and whatever, which we probably wouldn't learn in South London, and which you do learn in football. But, yeah, you just got to try and take us for who we are and just, obviously, if we're good enough, then work with us.
I always find that the managers who have come from a background where they've been in and amongst the culture, whether you're white or black or whatnot, those are the ones who always get the best out of players. So one of my old managers, I was with him up until last year, Tom, the Haringey manager, Tom Lozy.
Yeah.
You know Tom?
I've heard about him, yeah.
Yeah, Tom. So Tom does a great job with Haringey, and where is Tom from? Is he Greek or Cypriot? He might be Turkish, I don't even know. But he gets a lot of, young black boys from the area of Tottenham, and he gets the best out of them. And he doesn't try to just use them as, objects and, you do this, you do that. He actually understands the culture, like you said. He understands that, certain people are coming from backgrounds where they might not be able to afford to make it to an away game. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like how people deal with them and is very differently. And because he buys into that, he gets the best out of their players, which is why Haringey do so well. And not only that, but a lot of their players push on to do. But when you were coming up, you obviously had Paul Ince when you signed.
Yeah.
How big of a thing was that for you and your, at the beginning of your career to have him?
Proper. No, he was proper. Like, he took me in. He worked on me. Like, before I met Paul Ince, I couldn't kick with my left foot, really.
Was it?
Yeah, and he like, I remember after the first month after I signed, he was just like to me, listen, you're a left winger, you need to play on the left. Because of the way you dribble, you drag the ball rather than push it. So if you push it, you're a right winger. If you like to drag it, you need to play on the left. So you need to learn to kick with your left foot. So I used to just work on my left foot after every training session. And then I remember when I went on loan, he just made sure that he would call up Steve Evans, ask about me, and just obviously just told him, like, listen, he wants me to play on the left because he reckons I'll have a decent career on the left. So he taught me how to kick on my left foot, and he just proper looked after me, like, to the point where, like, he'd call my mum and everything. So no, it was proper.
Do you feel like he did that? I'm not saying he wouldn't do that for any other person, but because you are obviously, black, and you feel like that was a big part of that. Like, he understood that you might need that extra bit of,
not really, You just think that's not really. As a manager, he treated everyone. I'd say probably a little bit harder on the black boys. Like, he was tough. Like, I remember when I went to Swindon and Dennis Wise was the manager. And Poyet, David Lee, my youth team manager, loved that guy to bits. Like, he treated me like I was one of his sons. Like, I still speak to him now. Like, we message each other on Twitter or whatever. And, like, they could see that I had ability and they were tough on me, like, proper. But, like, I understood that it was that tough love.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It weren't just trying to break me.
I think there's some managers where you can see that you know, that they're just naturally tough. And if they're tough on you, it means that they actually see something in you.
Yeah.
I played under managers who they're not tough on you, but you might as well just sign your release papers now. Do you get what I'm saying? They don't
No,
really...
that's what I always say to, like, some of the young boys call me, and they'll be frustrated about like certain things and why this manager keeps screaming at me. And I was like, bro, be worried if he don't scream at you.
Yeah.
Be worried if you don't say a word.
Yeah.
Like, those are the worst, because you actually feel their energy around you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, like, who's been
like, I've had certain managers that I've played really well for, once hardly ever spoke to me.
But then if you name like your top managers, would they be in those?
What, the ones that treated me a certain way?
The ones that hardly spoke to you?
Nah, not at all.
But you played really well for them. Look at that.
Yeah. No, because I had this attitude that I'm just going to show you. And like it like some like, especially one of them, like, I got to the point where if it weren't for the chairman, I don't think I'd play.
What club was that?
At Middlesbrough.
Oh, okay.
Aitor Karanka. I got to the point where I was just like, nah, I ain't playing.
Really? Was it that
like
bad?
It was that bad, yeah. Like, he just treated me in a certain way, and at the time I was his best player. I was on fire, scoring goals, like playing every game, and he still didn't treat me like everybody else.
Yeah.
And like, one day I just lost my head. Like, I just bottled it up and I just lost it, and I just said to him, I ain't playing for you ever again.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. So then, how does...
And then after that, I was, I remember I came out the team for 2 weeks because he was like, I had to apologize to him. I said, bro, I'll sit out the rest of the season, no problem.
Was it that bad?
And then it was that bad. That bad. It got to me. It ate at me. At first, I was just playing, just get along with it. I was, you know what I mean? I was playing well, enjoying my football. But I got to the point where I was just like, nah, I can't play for someone like this. Because like, I'm not actually coming into training and feeling good about myself, and you know what I mean? And I'm playing so well. So like, why wouldn't you...
It's more like a chore.
Treat me in a certain way?
More like a chore.
Huh?
When you come
in... it was more of a chore. It was more of a chore. And I just said that to the chairman and the sporting director. I just said to them, like, listen, I can't do it. And then I remember they were just like, they had a meeting with me and the manager, and they were just like, listen, you lot got to try and just get along for the next 2 months, and then obviously we'll sell you. And then I ended up doing my cruise ship like 2 weeks later.
What's that like when you do, like, when you have such a big injury? Mentally, like, how bad or how tough did it get for you?
You know what? It was bad, but it weren't the worst. Like, it weren't the end of the world, because they still wanted to give me a new contract, which I proper thank them for, because that took a lot of pressure off me. But I still had another year anyway.
Okay.
Still had another year, so I still had time to come back. But I remember, because I was playing so well at the time, I remember the first minute I went down, yeah, all I thought in my head is, I'm not going to the Prem.
Really?
Like, I didn't know anything that was wrong with me. But I just remember feeling weak, and I was just like, I'm not playing the Prem.
Is this the moment you're on the floor or later on?
The moment on the floor, like, the doctor's holding my leg. And it's like the 89th minute of the game, and we're at Bournemouth. And I was like, nah, surely not. But like, again, like, I don't blame anyone, but I kind of blame the manager. Because for 2 weeks, he didn't allow me to train. I come back and I play 3 games in 1 week. I play Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday. When I really shouldn't have played. But then it's kind of my fault, because in the game, we're playing Bournemouth and it's 0-0. And the game's tough, and I should have come off because I was tired. So it's just one of them, and you just got to charge it to the game, man.
It's so difficult to charge that to the game, though, man, because especially, like, there's times where you're not playing, and then I know for a fact, you know, okay, so it's well documented that I had a really bad leg break in it.
Mm.
So, but then I tried to break down moments where I could have done this different.
Yeah. Always.
And obviously, like, at the end of the day, I broke my leg in it. Like, there's no way I could have seen that coming. Do you get what I'm saying? And that's obviously, but you must just sit there just thinking, why didn't I come off? And it must be so difficult.
But the whole time, like,
yeah.
for a year, I was like, why didn't I come off? And then, do you know what that did to me? When I come back from my injury, every time I was tired, I come off. Straight. And it messed me up mentally because the whole game I'm clock watching. Can't wait for the 60, 65 minutes to come so I can come off.
Yeah. Crazy.
That proper.
And it's mad though, because that's real trauma, what you went through, yeah?
Oh yeah, proper.
That's real trauma. But then it goes back to what we were saying, and I'm not making it about fans and that, but fans will never know what's going on.
Oh no, they never.
Do you know what I mean? You get some who understand that, you know what, coming back and blah, blah, blah. But most people will just look at it for what it is in that game. What has he done?
No, for them, you're getting paid money, innit? Just get on with it.
Yeah.
That's it. But like, yeah, no, it was mad. Because I remember one time, so when I came back, I was scared to dribble. Because when I did it, I got a nudge from behind, and then I've stepped on the ball, and then my knee's gone.
Yeah.
And then I flipped up in the air. But, so when I tried to dribble past the fullback, and he's there, I'm scared, because I'm scared if he nudges me and it's on my left leg, I'm just going to, you know what I mean? And then I remember when I went on loan to Brighton, and we played Bournemouth again. And I've like gone through the whole team. I've got the ball in the middle of the park, gone through the whole team, gone to shoot on my left foot. Remember this, my left foot, and chopped. Like, I could have literally just rolled it in the corner.
Yeah.
But because in my head, I can't kick with my left foot, I fingered. And I remember the minute I was walking off the pitch, Chris Hughton just went to me, "You didn't want to shoot in it with your left foot." And I said, "No, I couldn't do it. I just had a mental block. It just weren't happening."
Crazy.
But like, no, it takes time. Like a lot of people that you like that have had cruciates, like, and that I've spoken to, like me and Yannick Balassi, we chop it up all the time about how we feel and how our bodies feel, and it's different. It's different. It takes some time. It takes some adjusting. Therefore.
Yeah. And after such a,
how were you when you come back from your leg break?
To be honest, and it's only recently I've really, like, because I've played football and everything, but I lost my natural fitness straight away.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You lose that.
Yeah, my natural fitness, it was just gone. And I always say I haven't been the same player since. And it's only recently that I've actually been able to actually accept that. And like, I was a left midfielder. Imagine that. Left midfielder. Yeah. I had pace, I had everything. And then I come back. I played left back a couple of times, but I come back and then all of a sudden I'm just more left back, centre back.
Yeah, you got to adjust. You do.
Then.
You got to adjust the game.
And it's things like what you say where I can't. There's certain times, because I know how I broke my leg. If I'm facing that scenario again, nah, I don't need to. There's times I can easily win a tackle as well.
No, your brain.
I don't fancy.
That's it.
Yeah.
No, it's wrong.
And it's mad. And the reason why I'm not even the same player is because I realized I relied so heavily on my fitness.
Yeah.
And fitness is a massive part of anyone's game.
100%.
Yeah. Do you get what I'm saying?
If you're not fit, most of the things you could do on a ball, you can't do anyway. So
this is it.
Pointless.
So then I'm going to clubs now and I'm playing with managers who know me. Do you know, they know the history, they know that, but that counts for nothing. And then, and all of a sudden you get like these young boys who might not really know you, just not really respecting the thing, and it does my head in. So now this year I've said to myself, I'm gonna play. I'm gonna get super fit because that's the only thing holding me back. But yeah, no, the leg break was bad, man. Like they said, I wouldn't walk again. They said I definitely weren't going to play football again. And you can't tell me that I'm not going to play football again.
Yeah.
Because straight away I was just like, all right, cool, watch.
Yeah. Cool. To be fair, my my one, he said to me, like, listen, if this was a few years ago, you never play again, 100%. And I went to the knee surgeon that does everyone's knees in England.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie,
because I popped everything.
Yeah, I'm so happy that I broke my leg as opposed to a cruciate ligament. And it sounds mad.
Well, I always say it to people: you're better off having a leg break than an ACL.
Yeah, listen,
100%.
No,
100%.
I don't want to mess with my knees and that.
No, 100%. I always say it to people: you're better off having a clean leg break, snapped in the middle, than having an ACL. ACL's the worst. ACL and Achilles, myth.
You know what?
And obviously, when you rupture your patella and all of that in your knee and that,
yeah.
But they're the worst. It just sucks all the life out of you. Like your confidence goes, everything.
That's like.
But your leg break, you know, it's a tackle. Like if I got a tackle and broke my leg, I'll be like, I just charge it to the game. It's part of the game. But with the ACL, I land on the ball and then my knee goes. I'm just like, bro, how? Like, what are the chances?
Imagine that. Do you like worry? Does it make you not worry, but you think more about your career and stability in regards to life after football when you have such a big injury?
100%. Changed my mind frame about football, like totally. And I found that I lost love for the game a little bit.
Really?
Yeah. It become a lot like a job. Don't get me wrong, I still enjoy it. Like,
yeah, of course.
I can't wait to get up and go and train or whatever. But it weren't how it was before.
Yeah, and that's literally. But do you feel like that's for the better though, in regards to life?
Yeah, 100%. Because if I weren't, I don't think I'd be doing a lot of the things that I'm doing outside football. Know what I mean? So it's changed. It's changed it like crazy.
And the thing is, nobody talks about.
It's helped me grow up as well, I think.
You know what? On my little list of things to bring up, I was going to say like how it's changed your whole approach to life and growth. Do you know what I'm saying? I was gonna say that to you. Like, how has it made you like grow?
One, it's made me feel like there's more to life than football, and it's because once you have a serious injury, you're like, shit. Like, how long do you reckon I can play for now? So really, I've got to try and get my shit in order. Really, know what I mean? So, and I feel like some of the things that I'd spend money on and do like nonsense before, like I wouldn't do that now, not at all. Obviously now it's different. Like I've got a baby, you know what I mean? I've got a missus, so I'm in a total different headspace than I was before. But no, I feel like it's just changed my whole perception on life, really, and like how to, especially like I started learning that money, how to actually deal with money, because that's one thing we don't ever get taught, especially in South London. South London is just the first piece of money you get a Rolex and
that's it.
Buy some Dior now. But like I've got to that point where no, I don't need all of that.
Yeah, man, and
you know what I mean?
It's so like,
and the craziest thing about it is I'm more wealthy than I was when I was spending money on nonsense before. Like without a comparison, so it's mad.
Yeah, I stuff like that, man. And it was similar with me. Like when I broke my leg, at the time I broke it, I was literally gearing up to come playing or to go and play in Cyprus.
Yeah.
Straight away, I knew that weren't happening.
Yeah,
weren't happening. And then when I was sitting at home, and that's when I started the podcast. When I come back. When I come back from, when I was coming back from the leg break, because then it makes you just think that you need something football ain't gonna last forever. Do you know what I mean? And literally everything was about football before that. Everything.
Yeah, that's it.
Everything. And now it's just like, you know what? Even the podcast, I didn't expect the podcast to become how it is.
Yeah.
But I knew that I needed to do something. Do you get what I'm saying? And it's crazy how an injury And the thing is, you always get people telling you, no, listen, you might get injured and blah, blah, blah. But you never think it's going to happen to you.
Oh, you never listen, man. You never listen. I remember my teachers used to say it to me all the time. I remember when we used to get day release and that to go play academy games and you break your leg and I was like, no, I'm gonna be professional. Wait and see.
Yeah.
And I always said, like, my teachers laughed. Like, I remember I was meant to go to one reunion, but I couldn't at the time, and they were like, "Oh, you always said you was gonna play football." But like, yeah, they say you're gonna get injured, but bro, you just gotta. It's part of the game, isn't it?
Yeah. How much?
Part of the game. Some guys are lucky, some guys they ain't.
No, trust me. How much of your injury accounted for you ending up going and playing abroad? Like, why didn't you opt to stay in England?
Because I knew football was very short. Because at first I wouldn't go and play international football.
Yeah.
I got injured and I wanted to go and play international football because I was like, bro, I've got to do everything that I want to do in football because it's not going to last forever. Yeah. Like, obviously, you know it's not going to last forever, but it actually dawns on you, like it hits you, slaps you on the face.
Yeah.
And then obviously I stayed in England like for a while after that, like at least another 4 years, 3-4 years.
Yeah, that's it.
So no, yeah, at least 4 years. At least 4 years, yeah.
When did you break your leg?
2014.
Oh, 2014. Yeah.
Yeah. So 4 years. Yeah. 4 years. But like, I always knew that I wanted to play abroad. I always said to myself, like, I don't want to finish my career and say I played in England.
Yeah. That's also you going abroad and how, until recently, players based in England, they didn't go abroad. That was always.
Yeah.
And, well, I knew of players, like you always hear about players lower league that going to play abroad and whatever. But it wasn't a thing. Do you get what I'm saying? What made, obviously you wanted to go.
Yeah.
But it was actually a real thing to you in the beginning, or was it like where you didn't really entertain the thought of going abroad?
Not really, you know. Like, I always had that thing of like, bro, if it's the right offer and it's the right place, I'd go.
Well, you're getting offers all the time from abroad.
Loads. Like there was a few times I could have come Turkey when I was at Nottingham Forest. And Nottingham Forest kept blocking it. And I ended up falling out with Mark Warburton over that. Wouldn't let me go. Wanted like silly money for me. But then the season starts and you don't play me. And he goes, your head's not in the right place. I'm like, what's wrong with this? But how you tell me not to go and then tell me my head's not in the right place, so I'm not playing, you know? And that was at the end of my first season, because my first season I was in and out. And then at the end, when we were nearly going down, I played every game and I was on fire. Played my best football at Nottingham Forest that time. And then I had the offers and I literally went down and sat to him and I said, listen, this is my offers, boom, 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 boom. And I feel like I'm going to go. Like, you've just signed a player that I think you're going to want to play. So, like, just let me go, innit? Like, they're offering me life-changing money. Didn't let me go. Right. And I remember one of my closest friends the other day, and like after that, I didn't really speak to him again. I was like, bro, because I was just like you just messed up, like a chance for me to like have a really big contract or whatever, and then you turn around to me and don't play me and tell me I'm not in the right frame of mind. I'm like, you joking me, bro? What, you think I'm going to go on a football pitch in the county ground in front of them Nottingham Forest fans and just bobble around? They'll kill me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I was just like, bro, you're taking...
Certain managers can just, whether it's knowingly or unknowingly, just have such a big say on your career.
Oh, it's mad. It's mad. And like the other day, my friend went to a coaching course and like they were talking and he was like, oh yeah, say hello to Muzzy for me. And my boy called me and told me the look I gave him, yeah. Bro. But nah, man, it's part of the game, man. It's part of the game.
It's so funny because if you're enjoying your football, you have no reason to leave and that's what you want to do. But he turns around to you and says, I don't want you here. you got. Do you know what I mean? Like, you go.
Right.
But then if you wanna, it is what. Anyway, it is what it is. But then again,
No, that's how it is all the time, isn't it?
Yeah. But some
when they want to get rid, you know what I mean? The fans are buzzing. But then the minute you say you want to go, it's like, bro, like, well, we pay you, so no, bro, it's my life.
So
when it's time for them to be done with me, like, I should have some say in my career.
Yeah, 100%. So you eventually go to Limassol. That's Cyprus, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you eventually go to Cyprus, and then you finally end up in Turkey. What's it like in Turkey? I remember doing a live with Anton Ferdinand. I think he was in the comments.
Yeah.
He was talking about, like, if you want to talk about fans and atmosphere, Turkey is a mad one.
No, it's a different level. Like, the passion they have for football, the passion's that mad. You gotta laugh. Like, it's not. Like, it's mad to actually be that passionate.
Yeah.
Like, this is what they live for. Like, everything's about football. The whole of Turkey as well. Like, it's just mad.
Yeah.
It's mad. Like, it's crazy. But then I feel like it's a bit too emotional. Like, there's no steady. Like, you win, it's like, oh, you're the best.
Yeah.
Thing since sliced bread, and then you lose, it's like a morgue.
Yeah.
I know what I mean? So
you were saying that's why you like to just stay there. You don't go too high. You don't too
100%.
You just stay there.
You have to, man. And why you have to is because you're mental. Because if you want to carry the highs too high and then the lows too low, then you're finished. Like, you're just going to be in holes. Like, you're going to find yourself in holes for like 2-3 weeks or a month in the season, and you got no time for that. You just got to go and crack on and just realize that, bro, that all you can do is give your all, innit?
What's your, like, what would it take for you? I'm not saying you want to leave, because obviously I said that, but what would it take for you to come back to England?
Play for a manager that I'd really want to play for.
Literally, that's it.
That's it.
And you're at that point now where
if one of the managers that I'd love to play for wanted me now, I'd leave right now.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, 100%.
Oh,
100%. Because for me now, it's more about enjoying the game. Enjoying it as much as I can. And Turkey here is a lot. Don't get me wrong, the football's really good, but it's more business minded.
Yeah.
Everything's business, and who do you know, and as this person paid this guy, and that's how it is, just politics.
And it's so funny, because those are the realities of, you know what I'm saying, like, being a professional footballer in certain places, like, people might look at you and see you, blue tick, verified, he's living life and he's enjoying. I'm not saying you're not enjoying life, but you have to deal with certain things. Like, people just think it's a given, the way football is done here, or the way business is done here in England, that everywhere you go, that's how it's done.
But then that's why you always, like, when I see certain fans commenting certain things, and I'm like, you just don't know. You don't know. Like, you have to actually live it to understand what people go through.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you don't know what you've had to go through for 5 days before you step on that pitch on the Saturday. Obviously, that's not an excuse, because we're paid really good money to go and play. But, like, at the end of the day, we're humans as well. So we're mentally, and, you know what I mean, we're going to be affected.
Yeah. But yeah, no, we haven't really. In fact, we've spoken. Everything on my list, we've actually spoken about it, and I love that, because, and this is the way I like to do it. I hope you don't feel like you were interviewed. I like it to.
No.
Like it.
I felt like we're just having a chat, bro.
Yeah, that's it, and it's recorded. No one said anything too mad. Growing up in South London, blah blah blah. Yeah, man, that's literally it. Is there anything else you want to talk about? You want to interview me? No, I'm playing.
No, I'm cool, man. I'm cool, bro.
But no, I'm cool. On a real, appreciate this so much, man. And like,
no problem, man.
I know the people that watch and listen to the podcast, and I know they're going to enjoy this one, because it's real, authentic chat, and to be honest, I've seen you do one other podcast, but I don't really see you doing much. So I appreciate this. This
yeah.
man.
To be fair, that's what the moment when you asked me for the live, I was like, no, my president follows me, bro.
Yeah. But it's funny because a lot of people, and it's so funny because I do the lives, but if I'm being really honest, it's not my thing. And the reason why is because even though people see I make it look easy because I'm that good, honestly, but like I've never really been the sort to care about media and whatever.
Yeah.
But I understand that I have to do it in regards to the lives and stuff like that. So with lives, the reason why I don't really like it as much is because there's people there commenting. And, and you've got to straight away everyone tenses up.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? I remember one time I was talking to someone on the live, and then I said something to the person. The person corrected me, which is fine. Like, it wasn't anything mad. It was like, oh, I think I said a manager signed him, but it was actually a different manager that signed him. I forgot who it was that I was talking to. And then he was just like, oh, no, I think he signed me, which is cool. I don't care. Get wrong. It's nothing. Mate, the comments were slewing me. Oh, you don't know anything. How can you have him here? Blah, blah, blah. Head was gone. Like, I couldn't.
So you lost composure?
Yeah. I couldn't concentrate on him. I started sweating. I was just like, listen. But whereas if that was on the podcast and I was just like, let's just say I said Pep signed him. He was like, oh, no, actually, by the time I got there, he'd already gone and it was actually Jose Mourinho or some rubbish. It's nothing. I couldn't.
Yeah.
But when there's comments there,
bro, but you know social media now. You can't please it for them.
Yeah. But I do enjoy them, and I will bring them back at some point. But and I feel like during lockdown, it
was the perfect time. Yeah, it was the perfect time. Everyone had time, innit?
Yeah.
Everyone had time.
That was so good, man. So I'd had access to people, and the thing is, all those people that I had on, bar one, were people that I was going to get on the podcast anyway, so I thought, let me just do it live.
Yeah.
And it did well. But then everyone started doing it, and I was just like, yeah, I'm not doing it.
Yeah. Everyone literally got told, bro. Honestly. There was some of them, I was going on there for about 5 minutes. I'm off there, bro. What the hell?
You must have got bare people like hollering at you to do stuff, though.
Yeah, I've had so many people. I just don't like doing it, though. I don't. For me, I don't think it's that deep, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To be fair, I wouldn't have done yours if Daniel Morrison that didn't tell me. They're like, no, Daps is cool, man. They're like, Daps is cool, do it, man. Da-da-da. And I was like, bro, like, I just don't like. And the one that I done it for before, Lewis, he's good friends with my girl. So obviously that's why I did it. Yeah.
It's funny because I told Morris to reach out to you because they're mutuals. Because obviously, Beckham and that. So like we got bare mutuals. I told Morris to do it, and then Morris was just like, "There's people who literally are listening to this. Imagine that." So we're still recording, by the way. So Morris was just like, "Yeah, I'm gonna shout him," and then literally. The next week, I saw you do the other podcast, Touchdown Frack and shout him out.
No, bro. But remember, you wanted me to do the live at first. And I was like, no, I'm not doing live.
I didn't mind what it was. I wanted you for the podcast. But then...
No, but I didn't know. At first, I thought it was a live. And I've never been on live in my life. Never touched that live button on Instagram. So I was like, there's no way.
Yeah, but and it's so funny because like anyone who listens to my podcast who's from Eds, they're always just like, get him on. Yeah. I was just like, I'll get him on. But everyone just assumed that I knew you properly, like.
Yeah.
Our mutuals and whatever. And I was like, no, I don't even... Like, so people like MK. Yeah, so MK, good friend. So I know him, and then he was just like, you know him? I was like, I don't even know him. Do you get what I'm saying? Morris was like, blah, blah, blah. But then we got it over the line. We got it over finally, and I'm glad we did. So
yeah, man, it's been a good chat, man.
Yeah, trust me, man. This is how I like. I don't really like... It's funny because I get people asking me to... Like, companies asking me to come on and do, like... I'm in talks with a couple people, whatever. But they want me to interview people. I always say, no, I can't do that. It'd be a rubbish.
Yeah.
It'd be so rubbish. I don't know how to interview people.
You gotta be politically correct, innit?
Yeah, and I know how to chat,
Yeah.
but I can't do the whole interview thing. So
Mm.
because I'm not professional enough. I am how I am, and that's the good thing about podcasting. But the moment this goes to Sky or Talksport or something, all of a sudden I've got to be a certain way. Yeah, no. But it is what it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys, you've listened to us chat. Hope you've enjoyed. In fact, I know you've enjoyed. Because I know the people that listen to this. And it's been good. Make sure you keep subscribing, liking, and all that good stuff, and get at us. Muzza's stuff will be in the comments, the description, and all that. But yeah, as always, I'll see you lot next week. So this comes out I'll put this out tomorrow, actually. Shall I put it out tomorrow? Yeah, I'll put it out tomorrow. But yeah, guys, we're out. Let's end this now. Oh, no, let me stop recording.